PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
Hey, this is James Spann. This is the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Thursday, the 20th day of December. Big rain event in progress across the state. A gravity wave event in progress as we speak with downed trees and power lines. A lot on the plate here. Let's get right to it. We'll go to our Skycam network as of early afternoon. First off, the view from downtown Birmingham. That's a rare sight in 2007. Just a good old-fashioned rain falling. Looking right down 20th Street in downtown Birmingham. And boy, some big storms down there in the Gulf Coast. Check out the Gulf Shore Skycam. Severe thunderstorms through parts of the coastal region today. And from Tuscaloosa, rain falling there. And again, it's about to get awfully windy with the back edge of that rain and the associated gravity wave we'll talk about in just a moment. There's the wave coming through, and you can see how the air dries out quickly west of the Mississippi River. So the rain will be ending tonight and will be in between waves tomorrow. But the next one is showing up out there on the west coast that will impact us over the weekend. There's the radar, 236, and notice that sharp gradient on the back edge of that big rain mass. When you see that many times, that is indicative of a gravity wave coming through with strong non-thunderstorm winds. There's no severe thunderstorms in the area. This is very strong winds on the back edge of that rain mass, running from Smith Lake down to Jasper and west of Tuscaloosa, and that will be coming through Birmingham within the hour, so we'll be watching that carefully. We have had many reports of downed trees and lines over Winston, Marion, Fayette, Lamar counties. We've had a peak wind gust at our Skycam in downtown Jasper at 34 here in the last couple of minutes, and it might be higher than that as it's coming through Jasper right now. So for those of you not familiar with gravity waves, one of the premier research meteorologists in the country that deals with these things are one of our bloggers. It's Tim Coleman. And you can just search out gravity waves and read his excellent posts on the blog. We'll put some links up there so you can perhaps make more sense out of that. There's the regional composite, and you can see that we got the tornado watch down there over south central Alabama and to the Florida Panhandle, roughly from Evergreen down to Fort Walton Beach. And, of course, no severe weather up here. All of the wind damage, it is non-thunderstorm winds. Any severe weather issues will stay down there. Now, this is the expected rain across the country for the next 5 days, valid through Tuesday morning. So this takes into any account the rain that falls today, over the weekend, and if anything comes down Monday night. And this is suggesting some 2-inch rains for the western side of the state, 1 to 1.5 inches over on the eastern side. Now, I'll say this. Today we are being shortchanged because of that big convective mass down south. We're not going to get as much as the models were predicting. Looks like amounts on this end will be 1/4 to 1/2 inch with a really heavier totals down south. But multiple opportunities are coming up in the days ahead. And again, there's the convective outlook. There's that slight risk for the Gulf Coast for the rest of this afternoon and tonight. Well, let's look at the model output. It's always an adventure in this kind of pattern. This is valid at noon tomorrow. And we should mention this is the 12Z GFS at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet off the ground. The wave that is bringing the rain today is east of Jacksonville. A new wave is out in the southwest United States, and of course there are more where those came from. They're down at the surface. We're in between, so tomorrow should be a dry day, a mix of sun and clouds with a high in the 60s. Saturday, starting off the weekend, the wave across the nation's heartland gets closer, and again, really, there's 2 segments of that. You got the northern segment over North Dakota, the southern part down there digging down into Texas, and at the surface, there's no really deep surface low. There's one surface low north of the Minnesota Arrowhead and another one that's near Fayetteville, Arkansas. But that would suggest some snow back in Kansas and Oklahoma again. And for around here, there might be a shower during the day, Saturday, but it really looks like much of the day will be dry. And we note that wedge coming down from the east. We'll have to watch that. It might be a day where Roanoke and Wedowee and Heflin have a high only around 50, while the rest of the state is way up in the mid to upper 60s. That'll be a close call with that thing. We'll keep an eye on that. And then Sunday, the trough swings through mainly north of here, and at the surface on Sunday, the band of showers and storms at midday exiting the state. So it still looks like the primary event here will be from about midnight Saturday night through noon on Sunday. And this is suggesting about 1/2 inch of rain, maybe more in spots, no severe weather. Monday of next week, Christmas Eve, December 24th. Our weekend system is rotating up to New England, and here comes the next one. It's the wave train. The next one digging down through West Texas and New Mexico. At the surface Monday, we look dry. Confidence is increasing. That's the right solution. Monday will be cool and dry. And then we go to Christmas Day, December 25th. A little segment of that southwestern trough lifts up north of here, but a big chunk of it holds back. And at the surface, that lead disturbance could bring some rain in here by Christmas afternoon. So, again, I think the right thing to do is to mention a chance of a little rain Christmas afternoon or Christmas night. White Christmas, no way if this is right. And then Wednesday, the bigger trough is still off to the west, and at the surface on Wednesday, that still looks pretty wet, especially for the southern half of the state. And then on Thursday, the system winds up. Big snowstorm there for parts of Ohio and Kentucky. And we get into a dry slot. This is Thursday the 27th. And then on Friday the 28th, if this is right, cold and dry would be the weather story. But again, we just not that long ago, the model was very persistent on a big storm in this time frame. It's going to be tough handling these. Let's just take them one at a time. And I'm fairly confident now in the weather up to about Wednesday of next week. And just for the fun of it, we'll peek at the end of the cycle. This is the 5th of January. Guess what? Another wave. Sure. And at the surface, that looks like a good snow. Look at that. Now, that's a 1040 Arctic high near Denver, sending down very cold air. That'd be a big snow for maybe Little Rock and maybe Nashville. But look, this is pure voodoo here, science fiction. Just fun to peek, and that's pretty much what we do out there in these longer time frames, just peeking. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this afternoon. Notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Again, thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.
Weather.